I got a question. I
Okay. I'll mute you up and then I'll kind of close it so you don't feel that awkward moment. Okay.
I think it really hit her.
That's okay, yeah.
I think it really hit yesterday.
I think it's seeing all of us.
It really hit him.
Colorful. That's how you must remember me. A lovable, hilarious, handsome bundle of charisma who embraced life tightly and absorbed it all. Colorful. That's how I want my celebration to be. With happy thoughts, lots of love, great music, and smiles, vibrantly beautiful. Colorful. That's how you must learn to see. For with black and white vision, you'll never see me. In the hues of yellow blooming flowers, and the sparkling blue of Ontario waters, and the green leaves as you trailblaze Essex County, and the deep rusty color of a butter tart. That's where I'll be. Colorful. That's how you must remember me. A member of your family has fallen. That's a subtle reminder to turn off your phones. Well, thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
A member of your family has fallen. A member of your family has died. You are all touched by this loss in a way that is directly proportionate to the depth of the relationship that you shared with whom we honor today. Sean O'Connor, the open mouth move feet, guide to everyone here. He is gone from the reach of your arms. He is gone from your daily routine. Your phone will not ring from his number. And if it did, you let me know. But know this one thing. He will never be gone from your hearts, your memories, or your lives. And you know him, that insatiable social side of him. You know what he wants this day to be all about. A celebration. The truth of the matter is that Sean could find a way to have fun at a funeral. You know that if he were here, laughter and a lot of loudness would be going on. Maybe a Tim Hortons triple, or more like a Ryan Coke as he primed for bowling. Sean was a magnet of camaraderie and smiles. And so today she'll be no different. We're going to put Sean front and center right here and right now. You thought you were coming to a funeral, a memorial service, and in a way you are right. But most importantly, you have come to this true customized celebration of life in honor of Sean. This is exactly what he would expect. This is exactly what he deserves. And we always must remember that life is meant to be celebrated. The beginning, the journey, and the end. My name is Kelly Malash, and it is absolutely my honor to stand here right now and to celebrate this life with you and to lead the celebration and to get this party started. We're here to celebrate the amazing and the inquisitive life that Sean led. He would prefer me to use the term shit disturbing, but I told him that he wasn't the boss of me. A life that began December 18th, 1973 and concluded too soon, on March the 1st at 50 years young. What we are doing here is so essential. It is respectful. It is what evolved mammals do. Elephants, wolves, dolphins, monkeys, geese. When they lose one of their own, they stop everything. And they collectively mourn the life that they have lost. And they pay respect to their loved one, to their pack, to their family, by acknowledging how their own life was enhanced by the imprint that the loved one leaves behind. It's also to say to the family members that we are fully aware of the magnitude of your pain. And we stand in silent vigil, promising to be here today and always when the travels feel like they are just way too much. We gather to cocoon one another in love and in support. And even if you don't know the person beside you, in front of you, or 3 rows ahead of you, I hope you can feel right now the power of connection, the power of love that you share today. And I hope that this love that you are sharing here today support unconditional love, which is so important, becomes your oxygen that you breathe in and you carry with you as you leave here. 27 years ago, Sean's friend Frank introduced Sean to his sister Alice. Rebecca, Jennifer, and Alex had a dad that always had them guessing of what antics he was conjuring up. And yet never stopped reminding them that they were the passion that fueled his heart. Sean began his journey as the best early Christmas present that his parents, Frank and Bonnie, ever received. He reminded them every day that they were not just his true north and his constants, but in another life, they were likely Navy SEALs, considering the paces that he put them through as a teenager. Annette and Jay loved their brother beyond what words can measure. Say his name and watch them beam. Andrew had an Uncle Sean that never stopped making life interesting and brought Christmas gift opening to a whole new level. There are aunts and there are uncles, there are cousins, there's auto-live workers, there's friends that Sean made feel like family, and complete strangers that Sean made best friends of that will miss him. And the music that he effortlessly sent to their souls just by being present. And while we're trying our very best to reconcile that Sean and his unmistakable carpe diem approach to life is no longer available, we cannot deny the heartfelt warmth that we feel knowing that Princess and Snoopy have bounded over the Rainbow Bridge to meet him, although Snoopy, that one wrong move is coming. We also hope that Sean has some power to influence another season of Yellowstone to finally get underway and maybe convince Kevin Costner to come back. I know that this day feels completely surreal and unreal. It comes with such great emotion, most that are foreign to you, and most of these emotions are far more than what you anticipated ever being able to handle, but here you are. So I encourage you to be fully present to this moment and to feel it all. Don't try to define it. Don't try to understand it. The basis of it is love. If tears come, let those truth babies fall freely. We are here to make another memory. We're here to laugh. We're here to cry. We're here to celebrate this mom's cabbage loving cabbage roll loving, TikTok scrolling, Texas Hold'em always winning, of course, world ready explorer, carve your own path in life, Sean O'Connor. So for the next few minutes, I want you to just exhale and bring yourself totally into this moment. You are safe. I promise you are so safe. You spent the last 6 days carrying Sean with you. And today, collectively, everyone has carried him here. And this is why the impact of this moment feels so powerful. Let go of any worries and concerns that you may have. Bring Sean to the center of your thoughts. Only Sean would have at his funeral. We talk about Sean because we're proud. We talk about him because he deserves to be recognized. We talk about him because even though he's no longer physically here, he's still very much alive within you. We will talk about Sean every time you get in a car that has a stick shift in it, knowing that that was his favorite way to get around. Or when you wish you could hear him say he was stripes or solids. You'll talk about him when you have a steak with mushrooms, realizing that every single mushroom will be left behind on his plate. You'll talk about him when the Montreal Canadiens win in overtime. You wish that you could hear him roar. We talk about him because he's a part of us. And that part will never be allowed to be tucked away or ignored. We talk about him because we love him still. And that love will never go into past tense of loved. Love never dies. I have become what I think is a connoisseur of the finest things in life. And to me, all of those things are completely intangible. I adore to my core authenticity, devotion, honest communication, and the type of kindness, that type of kindness that is happy just to stay gentle and light, opposed to vying for the limelights of rewards. And if I do this for you, then you'll do that for me. I adore the cherished moments that weave into a magic that holds us up in our darkest of challenges. Your moments of adventure, of laughter, of admiration, of gratitude with Sean, that's what led you here today. It was all the feelings. So on behalf of the family, thank you. Thank you for being here for this most important moment. You will never understand truly how much you arriving, showing up, and taking a seat here is meaningful to this moment. Whether you're here because Sean touched your life or you're here to support the family, you took time out of your head space, your heart space, your own day-to-day, sometimes grind, to make this time, this moment a priority. Your presence says to the family that you admired Sean, that you are grieving for this special person, that you're willing to be an honor guard in all things that you do. And we can do that today because you are present and you are available to celebrate his life. And that is huge. You're here for the family to share their pain, to be ears for their stories and to be shoulders for their tears. Sean began his adventure we call life in Leamington, but spent most of his life right here in Essex after leaving Anderton Public School to finish off grade 8 at Maplewood. Then came those high school years where he retired his abilities to throw his shoes on top of the bank's roof at age 8, to try to blend in with his 5-foot friends and his 6'2" frame as he walked in the opposite direction of Essex High School. That was when clearly a geography class might have helped him find his way to his class. We really do hope that Sean's luck was better at Texas Hold'em than what some of his earlier escapades offered him. As a youngster, Frank was always trying to keep his kids safe, and that of course included a swing set. To keep it from taking flight, as a lot of parents did, Frank did the responsible thing by cementing the legs into the ground. That cement was like a beacon to Sean, who fell on it and broke his arm. But Sean remained fearless and rallied his way through his mid-teens, where frolic in the ocean in West Palm Beach was right up his alley. His 15-year-old self was having a riot in the waves when he was sure that a fish that swam by was one of the rare and ferocious saltwater alligators. And so he broke the sound barrier on his way to his mom's beach chair with his eyes as big as saucers. Sean was someone who lived in the moment. He could jump in the car, destinations unknown, but the theme was, I'm just going to have some fun. When Sean was 16, he actually started his own rather unique networking committee. In efforts to acquaint his father with the Essex Police Department, Sean decided to first test out a constable's driving skills after Sean borrowed the Tempo to conduct his own version of Fast and Furious over curbs and parking blocks. So much so that the exhaust was relocated to a part of the car that it didn't belong and was not happy about. Recently, Sean was at the best stage of his life. He was thriving in a job that he absolutely adored. He had been to Europe twice in a professional capacity, and he soaked up the wonders of Amsterdam, Romania, and the Netherlands. Spring is coming. And with his recent exhale to Cuba just 3 weeks ago, you know he was itching to get his golf clubs out. Sean was the apple to many's eye, but there was an amazing gravitational pull between him and his father. It's my honor to invite Frank up now.
I want to thank you all for coming and Kelly for a very fine job. Yeah, he was a little trying through his teen years, and it took quite a while. It took until his daughter came along, and then he decided he better grow up, become responsible. Excuse me. He really found his place when he finally got to Autoliv. And short, but last year we got extremely close, and he is actually just, it was a week ago when he got his raise. I was the first person he called. He actually lived and breathed that place. I was so glad that he found it was the one thing he really loved. Other than his family, his kids. His kids were most important to him. And we had a great relationship. We bowled, we golfed. We even played poker together up in the poker room. Actually, he just loved beating me at bowling, at golf, but pool I could get him. So we all have our talents. And actually, when he was growing up, his talent was aggravating me. And it made my life full. I will say that I've experienced several things I probably never would experience unless it would have been for him. He reacquainted me with my old friends in the police department and people I hadn't seen in years. In fact, the police chief was the one that used to escort me around. So I'm glad everybody showed up, and I appreciate everything that you've done for my son. Thank you.
When Sean returned from Cuba, he was recognizing that his body felt a bit sore. But naturally, when you're used to riding a desk for the most of your day, riding the waves and a plane and all the fun that the sun offers, it's natural that everyone would agree with Annette that Sean was just getting old. In the very early hours of March 1st, as he was hoping to get into his massage therapist soon, he was blindsided by a gastric tear that offered no forgiveness when it opened up. This loss, the sudden and the absolutely unfair feeling that it leaves everybody with, will take time. And everyone in this room will need their own time and their own way to navigate these very sharp edges and unfamiliar waters. The key to putting your feet on the floor and finding a new normal, a new calibration of your life force will be found through kindness. Allow yourself the grace to ask for help, to speak your truth, even though it doesn't make sense, to go for a walk, to hug just a little bit longer, and allow everyone the same blanket of tenderness. We're all in this together. And when you feel like there is a hole inside of you, the equivalent the size of Sean, talk to him. It doesn't matter what beliefs you come from, who or if you have a higher power, it doesn't matter. But if you know for sure as a human being that you always have this inner voice, this inner instinct, the one that, and they show up. Or when we talk about, I love you to the moon and back, I'll love you for an eternity. That reminds us that we are far more than our physical selves. You feel someone. It's the reason that when you meet someone, you like them right away, or you feel like I've known you forever. There's this connection between us, and that is the connection. In your quiet moments that you will connect to Sean, and you will talk to him, and you will listen for him. If you wish to love me when I leave, you can. By loving others, by giving new hope, by not losing hope, by seeing joy, by living your life like it cries to be lived, by letting go when the natural order demands it, by being at peace with the circle of time. If you wish to love me when I leave, you can. By loving life, by loving all that is life, by loving yourself most of all, the way I loved you. For now that I cannot, you must. Love yourself, and you will love me still. Love your life, and you will feel me still. To each and every one of you that so beautifully showed up here today with your intentions to love, with your intentions to show up, with your intentions to be present and remain so, you're really, really good human beings. Thank you. Thank you for being who you are. To this family, you will always be in my thoughts and in my prayers. I'm glad to see you bundled together the way you belong. Thank you for your trust and your love of me and each other and Sean as you move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly, for coming and sharing Sean's life with everybody and celebrating Sean's life. Thank you to Frank. I know it's very difficult to get up here and speak and share your love of Sean, so thank you for doing that. And again, thank you to all of you who came and showed your support to the family over the last few days. This ends the formal part of our celebration of Sean's life. Everybody's invited to the Legion, which is at the corner of Talbot and Cameron, just a stone's throw away, where a meal's been prepared. Go continue to share your stories of Sean with the family, share your support to the family. Again, this doesn't end here. Continue to stay in contact with the family. It's very important that they know that they're still there for them. So again, thank you. Starting at the back of the room, I'm just going to ask you to come forward if you wish. Just pass by Sean's casket one last time and make your way to your vehicles and meet the family out the Legion. We'll just afford the family just some some private time, just to have some final time with Sean. And then they'll join you over there very shortly. So again, we just want to start at the back room. If you want to come forward and make your way to your vehicles, please.
No.
We'll play a couple more of Sean's favorite songs here as we go.
There's me and him there already. Oh, yeah? Yeah, the mic.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Yeah, okay.
That's okay. I gotta look at the
You'll be fine.
Not much to do. One mess I think, you know.
I got you. She'll keep. Sorry.
A little out of the way so they can leave when they need to. Mama, watch your butt. Just watch your butt.
Yeah.
Not there yet.
I've been holding it together. Now it's just, now I've just lost
I
it.
think it went across through.
Exactly. We're so close.
We'll see you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, that's understandable. We'll see you over there.